Well, since the Avengers of it all, Tony's a little bit traumatized, and I asked that he should be. I mean, wormhole opened up, there's aliens and all that stuff, and I thought, well, rather than just pretending that didn't happen, let's bring it into the latest installment. If the first movie was just about getting people to know who Tony was and getting his origins straight, and the second movie was kind of about the legacy and his dad and the family he came from, Avengers obviously was about teamwork and this very kind of big endeavor for Disney and Marvel. And now Iron Man 3 is kind of a return to Tony's ongoing internal journey and how that relates to this most formidable opponent he has in the Mandarin. Well, what we figured was, in addition to being just a little freaked out by what happened in New York in Avengers, I thought, well, what would he do next? He would probably start tweaking on building as many weapons in the form of suits as possible. So we wanted to keep each one a different personality. His Mark 42, his kind of work in progress, is autonomous. It's prehensile. He can call it to him, and he has little repeaters under his skin that are kind of give it directions of where to attach. Many of the other suits are kind of more they're more task specific, and we used to have some really funny names for them, like Mary Kate and Ashley, and all kinds of fun stuff. Well, if I was Tony, I would say the thing I enjoyed most is that I am the center of attention again. I was actually very good for my humility to realize that I was just part of a bigger thing in the Avengers, and it worked splendidly, and I really believe in my co-stars, and I love all the characters. But I guess the opportunity now was to capitalize on the success of Avengers and maybe do something that we might not have been afforded the opportunity to do if Joss hadn't done such a great job. Well, deception is useful, and what we've always enjoyed. In the first Iron Man, things wind up being easy to follow, but they also tend to change. And I think an elusive bad guy who's also kind of wearing a mask is a very cool idea. It was also probably the biggest risk we took in Iron Man 3, and Sir Ben, playing the Mandarin, probably has just one of the best arcs in the history of these films. Well, Tony's relationship with Pepper is John Favreau, obviously our original gangster, said that that's what the whole movie's about. As much as it's his heart, his chess piece that makes him different than a human being, it's Pepper that makes Tony different than the kind of jerk billionaire arms manufacturer he used to be. So their relationship has gone to another level. She's moved in, and of course now they're having all the challenges that you have when you're living with somebody and you're in a committed relationship.
Like giant rabbits.
Yes, Shane has a very interesting sense of humor, and I think the giant rabbit has to do with everything that the guy in a relationship does that makes no sense to the woman. It's like, if you want to know what I wanted, why didn't you ask me? Because your idea of what I want is incredibly ridiculous. Well, you never forget your first time. I like the fans who like the original Mark 1 because that's the one he builds to save his life. It's also the one he's in when he says goodbye to Yinsen. It's the one that he builds out of desperation. But I have to say there are some suits in Iron Man 3, and I'll leave it to the audiences to pick their favorites, that they're pretty awesome.